Good afternoon, my dear students. I hope you all are fine and you are doing your job very well. Students, in the last class I have discussed about that is called a measurement of the angles. That is two measures I have discussed. One is that is called degree measures, another is called radian measures, and also we'll discuss about the relation between radian measures and degree measures. Okay. So today we are going to discuss a very important topic, a particular subtopic of this your trigonometric function, okay, and which is called trigonometric ratios. And these trigonometric ratios you already got in your school in class 10 and you have an idea of this. But I am going to again revise this and go beyond further, okay. In class 10 you have discussed about the trigonometric ratios, and where you already only discuss the ratio of trigonometry in the first quadrant, only in the first quadrant. पहले quadrant में discuss किया था. Then if the angle is beyond the first quadrant, means is greater than 90 degree, suppose it is 120 degree or 350 degree or 500 degree or 600 degree, whatever be, then in that case how you can utilize, how can apply trigonometric ratios, how to find trigonometric ratios. That's our most important part of the discussion of today's class, okay. And I am very happy that you people are taking your studies very seriously, and as a students of science stream you have to develop that passion in your studies. See, mathematics is such a subject which is really develop your analytical abilities and as well as logical abilities. It will increase your reasoning ability and thinking ability, okay. So maths is most important and crucial subject. Many a time I have seen that students they make this subject as a fourth subject because it needs some times to give the mathematics to develop or get the confidence. तो मैथ्स में अच्छा करने के लिए टाइम देना पड़ता है, एंड सबसे बड़ा चीज़ है प्रैक्टिकली करना पड़ता है. एवरी मोमेंट यू हैव इन्वॉल्व होना पड़ता है. ये एक सबके लिए मुश्किल होती है, लेकिन अगर आप कर लेते तो आप अपना एक एबिलिटी बढ़ेगा, एक क्रिएटिविटी बढ़ेगा, एक थिंकिंग एबिलिटी बढ़ जाएगी, लॉजिकल पावर बढ़ जाएगी, काफ़ी चीज़ होने वाली है. तो मैं आप लोगों को कहूँगा मैथ्स पढ़े, बहुत अच्छे से पढ़े, ध्यान से पढ़े और उसके डेप्थ में जाने की कोशिश कीजिए. डेप्थ में जाने की कोशिश कीजिए और यू सी you will do wonders, because when you are good in maths, automatically you are good in physics, and these two subjects if you make yourself comfortable and see, you will do wonders, So let us, काफ़ी motivation हो गया है, अभी शुरू करें टॉपिक में, ठीक है. So in earlier classes what happened, we have discussed trigonometric ratios involving what right angle triangle, okay, right angle triangle. So I already told you that the first quadrant. So side में एक quadrant draw करें. So this is called, suppose this xy plane is divided into first xy plane जो होती है, this is x-axis, okay, and this is what y-axis, okay. This, suppose you consider this particular blackboard, right, green board, right. इस ग्रीन बोर्ड को मैंने क्या किया है, चार पार्ट में डिवाइड कर लिया है. इफ़ यू एक्सटेंड इट, इसको एक्सटेंड करें, इसको एक्सटेंड करें, चार पार्ट में डिवाइड कर लिया है. दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट इज कॉल्ड व्हाट, फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट, दिस इज कॉल्ड सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट, एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट, दिस इज कॉल्ड व्हाट, फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट, ओके. In class 10 you have to discuss the matter. This is called quadrant because it is every quadrant contain what, 90 degree. So if you draw a triangle here, right angle triangle, okay. So our discussion is only in the previous classes, suppose a few, there is a class 8, class 9 or 10 you have found that is trigonometry जो मिला है, उस trigonometry को आपने फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में डिस्कस किया था. और आपने उसका रेशियो निकाला था, एंड रेशियो यू फाउंड बाय द मेथड इज व्हाट, sin x is equal to what, perpendicular by hypotenuse. This is called base, this is perpendicular, this is hypotenuse. Okay, and sin x, if x is the angle which is an acute angle, okay, this type of angle is an acute angle, then less than 90 degree, then sine of that x is equal to what, perpendicular by hypotenuse, cos of x is equal to what, base by hypotenuse, tan of x is equal to what, perpendicular by base, and cot x is reverse of tan x. Cot x is equal to what, 1 by tan x, or tan x is equal to 1 by cot x. So cot x can be, थोड़ा सा रिवर्स करेंगे, sec x is equal to what, sec x is equal to what, 1 by cos x. Okay, sec x is equal to what, 1 by cos x. Secant x is what, 1 by cos x, and which is equal to what, called hypotenuse by base, and cosec x is 1 by side x, and which is reverse of this. So basically if you know these three, then no need to memorize or remember this thing, because by applying formula like cosec x is equal to what, 1 by sin x, sec x is equal to what, 1 by cos x, cot x is equal to what, 1 by tan x. इसको रिवर्स कर सकते हैं ना, रिवर्स कर सकते हैं. वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग इज दैट tan x into cot x is equal to what, 1, cosec x into sec x is equal to what, 1, sin x into cosec x is equal to what, 1. समटाइम्स सच टाइप ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन आप लोगों को मिलेगी, ये एक्सप्रेशन से आप उसको 1 लिख सकते हो, ठीक है. एंड also what happened, tan x is equal to what, 1 by cot x, and then you can write tan x into cot x is equal to what, 1. Understood? You can write it. ठीक है. तो हमारा जो डिस्कशन था, हमारा डिस्कशन कहाँ था, फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में था. अभी अगर एंगल इधर आ जाए, सपोज एंगल बड़ा हो जाए, ऐसा बड़ा हो जाए, सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट में आ जाए, मोर देन 90 डिग्री हो जाए, या एंगल सपोज इधर आ गया, लाइन में वहाँ से लाइन शुरू हुआ, ये बड़ा सा एंगल हो गया, देन हाउ टू फाइंड द ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक रेशियोस, ये कैसे निकालेंगे, ये है डिस्कशन, ये इस चैप्टर का सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट डिस्कशन है. सो वेयर वी आर गोइंग टू यूज क्वाड्रेंट रूल एंड हाउ टू फाइंड द एंगल एंड फाइंड द ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक रेशियोस मोर देन ग्रेटर देन 90 डिग्री. 90 डिग्री से ज़्यादा बड़ा एंगल में ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक रेशियो कैसे निकालेंगे, ये सारे डिस्कशन करने वाले हैं. आप कोशिश कीजिएगा, ध्यान से वीडियो में जाइए और अच्छे से समझने की कोशिश कीजिए, अब तब जाके आपको ये बेसिक होती है, ये बेसिक जब मजबूत हो जाती है तो आप बहुत ऊपर जा सकते हो. तो ऑलवेज फोकस ऑन बेसिक्स, बेसिक को स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाना है. यू हैव टू मेक बेसिक वेरी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. इफ़ यू डू दैट, देन यू सी इन ईच एंड एवरी सब्जेक्ट you will be a confident students, and when you becomes confident, nobody will stop you. I have a belief that if students have a wonderful basics, strong basics, and nobody can stop the students. He can excel, he can do wonders. Okay, so here I am going to discuss about the basics. These are the things you already know, just I remind it. Okay, so let us discuss beyond this. So we are going to discuss, these are the few things you note down, and these are already you got in school. So as a good student of science stream, you know, no need to, I am not going to waste the time by discussing this. Okay. So let us discuss again quadrant. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. Okay, this is what, y-axis. Suppose consider a point P AB. Okay, its coordinate is what, A and B. इसको क्या कहते हैं, x कोऑर्डिनेट, एंड इसको क्या कहते हैं, y कोऑर्डिनेट. यू गॉट इन क्लास 10. ओके, हाउ टू गेट, दिस इज ऑरिजिन, इसका नाम क्या है, ऑरिजिन, इसका कोऑर्डिनेट क्या है, 0 0. दैट मीन्स में x का वैल्यू वहाँ से शुरू हुआ, x का वैल्यू भी 0, y का वैल्यू भी 0 हुआ है. सो दिस पॉइंट अप टू दिस लेवल, इट इज़ व्हाट, A. and this part is what? B. That means x coordinate is calculate along what? X axis, and y coordinate is calculate along what? This distance B, this is also B. Okay, इस type इस जगह along this x axis a distance, along this distance what? Y axis B distance, and finally you get this one. So in first quadrant what happened? This particular coordinate A positive, B positive रहता है, B positive. For example, suppose that if I say this is 1 unit and this is 2 unit, okay, then this point is 1 2, this point is 1 2. Here x coordinate is positive, y coordinate is negative. This x axis is called positive x axis. This is called what? Positive x axis. From origin to the left it is called negative x axis. Similarly this one is called negative y axis, and this one is called positive y axis. So you have to remember, these are the few ideas you must know. ठीक है? Whenever I go in this direction, suppose I am going here some unit and go there, above x axis y का वैल्यू क्या होगा? पॉजिटिव. बिलो x axis y का वैल्यू क्या होगा? बिलो x axis y का वैल्यू क्या होगा? नेगेटिव. रिमेंबर दिस. राइट ऑफ y axis द वैल्यू ऑफ x, बिकॉज वहाँ में जाएंगे तो x एक्सिस में जाएंगे, तो x एक्सिस में ये राइट में जो होता है दिस पॉजिटिव x एक्सिस. Therefore all the value of x is what? Positive. Here negative y axis, negative y axis नीचे आएंगे तो all the value of y small coordinate, that is if we consider xy is any point, then what happen? नीचे आएंगे तो y negative, राइट में जाएंगे तो x positive, लेफ्ट में आएंगे तो x क्या होगा? नेगेटिव. इट इज नेगेटिव एक्सिस, सो x नेगेटिव. अंडरस्टूड? And if you go upward, that is this is positive y axis, along this y is positive. ठीक है? कहाँ पॉजिटिव होता है? along this y positive, along this x positive, finally along this and this is positive. Now along this x is negative and along this y is positive, तो इसमें x negative y positive. Now along this x negative नीचे आएंगे तो थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट में आएंगे. थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट में जब आएंगे along this x is negative, along this y is what? negative y axis, तो x negative y negative. ठीक है? Then now if you go in this direction along positive x axis and then along negative y axis, तो x positive y negative. So finally what we get in the first, if suppose xy is any point, suppose it is represented by the point P, xy is any point, then what happen? If xy, if this point lies in the first quadrant, फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में क्या है? x पॉजिटिव y पॉजिटिव. सेकेंड क्वाड्रेंट मीन दिस क्वाड्रेंट, ओके, दिस क्वाड्रेंट में x नेगेटिव y पॉजिटिव. थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट में क्या हुआ? x नेगेटिव एक्सिस में आ रहा है, नीचे जा रहा है नेगेटिव y एक्सिस, सो बोथ नेगेटिव. एंड फाइनली फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट x positive, because I am going x in this direction, then negative y axis. Clear? X positive, y negative. So this summarize, I am finally summarize this. Okay, this thing. Remember this part, very very important. P x y be any point in the xy plane. This is called xy plane. This is called what? xyo plane or xy plane. इसका नाम क्या है? XOY प्लेन. or xy plane, and in this xy plane p is a point with coordinate xy. This is x coordinate, this is y coordinate. P is a point with coordinate xy, and if the point P lies in first quadrant, then x positive, y positive. If the point lies in second quadrant, x negative, y negative positive. And if the point lies in third quadrant, x negative, y negative. If the point lies in fourth quadrant, x positive and y negative. ठीक है, तो ये आप लोगों को समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है. ठीक है. Another thing I am going to discuss. Few basic is required. I already told you, your basic is strong, then you can understand anything. There will be no problem for you. Okay, this is x-axis, x dash x and y dash. ठीक है. In this xy plane, this x-axis representing points. ठीक है, this x-axis representing some points. Suppose this is your origin. If I say what is the coordinate of a point on this at x-axis, x-axis में कोई एक पॉइंट का कोऑर्डिनेट कैसा होगा? If I say this is 1 unit, ये 1 है, हम नीचे भी नहीं जा रहा है, ऊपर भी नहीं जा रहा है. That means what happen? Y is not at all calculated. If I go somewhere upward, then y something positive होगा, and if I go below, then y something negative होगा. Since I am staying in on x-axis, that means in this case y क्या हो रहा है? Y का वैल्यू क्या हो रहा है? 0 हो रहा है, because there is no any further calculation upward, there is no any further calculation what happen below x-axis. That's why there is no negative y, there is no positive y, only y is what? 0. तो उस पॉइंट का if I say this is 1 unit, then coordinate of this point is 1 0. Okay, understood? Suppose that this is a point. If I say this is 1 unit, okay, on y-axis, you see, I am calculating, that is y upward जा रहा है, अपवर्ड जाके कितना हो गया? 1 यूनिट हो गया. एंड सिंस देयर इज नो मूवमेंट राइट और लेफ्ट, ये सीधा ही जा रहा है वाई एक्सिस में. ओके, अगर नीचे जाता तो नेगेटिव होता, ऊपर जा रहा है तो पॉजिटिव हुआ. देयर इज नो फर्दर मूवमेंट इन द राइट साइड में कोई मूवमेंट नहीं है, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में कोई मूवमेंट नहीं है. तो उसमें क्या होगी? इस पॉइंट में वाई कोऑर्डिनेट क्या होगा? 1 है, वाई यूनिट 1 यूनिट, and x coordinate is 0. There is no x coordinate because हमें राइट में भी नहीं जाना पड़ रहा है, लेफ्ट में भी नहीं जाना पड़ रहा है. If suppose this is 1 unit, y is 1 unit, and if I say like x is 1 unit and y is 1 unit, then this is the point. तो आप उधर जाके x coordinate हो गया 1, y coordinate तो 1 है. Understood? But on y axis क्या हो रहा है? There is no movement of movement in the right as well as left. सीधी ही y axis के ऊपर है. Only y coordinate is there. There is no x coordinate, and x coordinate is 0. ठीक है. So the coordinate of this point is what? 0, 0, 1. Now suppose that this is 1 unit. This is what? 1 unit. Again on x axis. एंड एक्स एक्सिस में वाई कोऑर्डिनेट क्या होता है? 0 होता है. तो आप वाई कोऑर्डिनेट क्या हो जाएगी? 0 हो जाएगी. एंड व्हाट विल बी एक्स कोऑर्डिनेट? सिंस योर मूवमेंट, ये जो मूवमेंट हो रहा है, दिस मूवमेंट इज टुवर्ड्स नेगेटिव एक्स एक्सिस. टुवर्ड्स व्हाट? नेगेटिव. ऐसा नेगेटिव एक्स एक्सिस में, दिस इज नेगेटिव एक्स एक्सिस में क्या हो रहा है? मूवमेंट हो रहा है. तो उसके आगे साइन क्या होगी? माइनस होगा. Because in negative x axis x coordinate is what? Less than 0. तो उसमें x का वैल्यू नेगेटिव आना चाहिए. No doubt this length is 1, but why negative? Because of negative x axis. समझ में आ रहा है? This minus 1 0. Suppose in 1 unit downwards 1 unit जा रहा है along y axis. Along what? Y axis. No movement in this side. no movement in this side. Okay, so since this is negative y axis, तो y का वैल्यू क्या होगा, -1. This is 1 unit. Okay, and on y axis there is no movement of right or left, therefore x का वैल्यू क्या है, 0 है. तो उसमें क्या पता चला, ऑन x axis क्या पता चला फाइनली, ऑन x axis some point you have to write, then it will be good for you. Some notes you have to write. This is one particular notes. This is number 1, you write number 1. This is number 2. Number 2 क्या है, coordinate of any point on x axis is x0. I am writing x0 means what, x कुछ भी हो सकता है, इसमें x क्या है, 1 है या -1 है. अंडरस्टूड. इस साइड में जाओ तो पॉजिटिव होगा, इस साइड में जाओ तो नेगेटिव होगा, लेकिन y क्या है, दोनों केस में y क्या है, 0 है. इफ यू कंसीडर ए पॉइंट हियर, 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 एवरीवेयर y coordinate becomes what, 0. So what is the coordinate of any point on x axis? It is what, x comma 0. If x is positive, then it is the right of what, y axis. And if x is negative, then it along the what, negative x axis, left of y axis. समझ में आ रहा है? Okay. Number 3. Coordinate of any point on y axis is 0, y. y axis के ऊपर क्या हो रहा है, नीचे भी जाओ या ऊपर में जाओ, डाउनवर्ड और अपवर्ड, the x coordinate becomes what, 0. y coordinate, if upward it is positive and if downward it is what, negative. नेगेटिव y axis में आएगा तो नेगेटिव होगा, पॉजिटिव y axis में आएगा तो पॉजिटिव होगा. So finally these are the few 2-3 points you have to remember, then it will be it will help you to understand further classes where I am going to discuss few things. Clear everybody? So first we understand in the first quadrant what happened, the coordinate, if p x y be any point, then x coordinate and y coordinate are positive. In the second quadrant, x coordinate negative, y coordinate positive. In the third quadrant, x coordinate negative, y coordinate negative, and in the fourth quadrant, x coordinate positive and y coordinate is what, negative. That thing you have to remember. Okay. Another thing I want to say, suppose that this is a point. From here, this coordinate of this point is suppose 2, 3. Coordinate of this point is what? 2, 3. Understood? Then in the same length, वहाँ से वहाँ तक कितना लेंथ है? 3. वहाँ में भी उतना तक कितना है? 3 यूनिट है. If this is the point P, then what is the coordinate of this point? You see how to get this point? X coordinate 2, y coordinate 3. And y coordinate, because y it is positive, because along positive y axis we have calculated, we have find the value. Okay. Now this point can कैसे मिलेगी? You go in this direction and then in this direction. In this direction x positive, तो x coordinate क्या होगा? यहाँ में 2 है तो इसमें भी 2 होगा. And y coordinate, this length and that length, दोनों length क्या है? Equal है. So this will be what? -3, because why? Because what? It is along what? Negative y axis. Along what? Negative y axis. Okay. This length is 3, but y negative because of negative y axis. This length is also 3. Understood? So in this way you can find actually this particular Q is the image of what? The point P. Along, if that is x axis is the mirror. Okay, later on when coordinate geometry will come, I will explain. Okay, you understand. Now this you draw. Or if you draw, if you see, if this along this initial line, if you consider this is the angle, suppose x, this is the angle what? Suppose x. If this angle is positive, why positive? Because the anti-clockwise direction. In the last class I had discussed, okay? Then this is also an angle, and this direction of this angle is what? Direction of the angle is what? That is a clockwise. Clockwise rotation हुआ, ये जो ये लाइन ने इस लाइन के साथ रोटेशन ऐसा हुआ, तो फाइनली ये एंगल क्रिएट हुआ, तो ये क्या होगा? माइनस एक्स. वाई माइनस एक्स? बिकॉज ऑफ व्हाट? नेगेटिव डायरेक्शन. एंड दिस angle and that angle both are same. This is positive angle and this is negative angle, but absolute value of this angle are same. Why negative? Because of clockwise. Why positive? Because of anti-clockwise direction. समझ में आ रहा है? ये सारे चीज़ समझना ज़रूरी है. ठीक है? So I hope I explain few important small concept to you, such that whenever I am going to explain few things now, it will be more easier for you to understand. Okay, this is the most crucial. On y-axis x coordinate is 0, and on x-axis y coordinate is always 0. Remember it. You got in school, suppose if x is an angle in radian, if x is an angle in radian, okay, x is an angle in radian, then sin square x plus cos square x is equal to what? 1. You got in school. How to get it? Well, I am going to prove it now. Okay. Suppose this is x axis, x dash x, and this is what? Y axis, and this is what? Origin. This is what? Origin. Let us draw a circle. I am drawing a circle, okay, whose radius is what? This is 1 unit, this is 1 unit, this is 1 unit, these are the radius, okay, these are the radius, these are the radius. That means this is a circle with radius 1. So you can say it is a unit circle. It is called what? It is a unit circle. Unit circle means its radius is equal to what? 1. Okay. Now this is a point, this is another point. This is a point, this is another point. Suppose that this is the point A. Now I am telling you, I am asking you, that is what is the coordinate of this point A? क्या होगा? First of all, it is a point on what? X-axis. Okay, and lies in positive x-axis. Lies in what? कहाँ है? Positive x-axis के ऊपर है. ठीक है? And this length is what? 1 unit. So x coordinate 1. And since lies on x-axis, so y coordinate is 0. Okay, understood? Now suppose this point is suppose B. This point is y-axis. This point is suppose B, and you see this length is what? Towards y-axis, and now along y-axis, and which is positive y-axis. And since on y-axis the point B lies, right? So its x coordinate is what? 0. And what will be y coordinate? Since it is positive y-axis, the value will be positive. Okay, understood? Now this is the point. Again lies in what? X-axis. So y coordinate is what? Y coordinate is what? 0. Then what is the x coordinate? Since this is on along negative x-axis, so since this length is 1 unit, no doubt, radius, but since it is negative y-axis, negative x-axis, so the value of x coordinate is -1. So this is suppose A and this is suppose A dash. This point is suppose A dash. Similarly इसमें क्या होगा, y coordinate 0 होगा and x coordinate 0 होगा and y coordinate क्या होगा, -1 होगा, because negative y axis. Suppose this is what, B dash. Okay, understood? So it is a unit circle and hence its radius is what, 1. Suppose that you consider a point P. Consider a point P whose coordinates on the circle is suppose AB. Coordinate on the circle, coordinate of the point is suppose AB. A is unknown quantity, where A is not fixed. Maybe this point is maybe here or maybe here or maybe here, anywhere on the circle. So this A and B are what, arbitrary points. Arbitrary means what, any point. So A can be take any value, B can take any values according to this. If it is lies in first quadrant, A positive, B positive. If it is lies in second quadrant, A positive, A negative, B positive. If it lies in third quadrant में आ जाए तो क्या होगा, A negative, B negative. And if it is in fourth quadrant, then A positive, B negative. Already I discussed. Yeah. So let us draw this. This is again the radius of the circle. Okay. So this length is what, 1 unit. Draw a perpendicular from P to x-axis. X-axis के ऊपर एक perpendicular draw करें and its name is what, PM. PM is drawn perpendicular on OX. On what? OX. And suppose that this angle is equal to what? X radian. And this angle is created along what, x-axis. In this rotation is what, anti-clockwise. Okay. If this angle is x-axis, according to the last class discussion, then this length of arc AP कितना होगा, ये AP का जो length of the arc होगा, ये जो length होगा AP का, ये क्या होगा, x होगा, because this is the arc length. अगर ये arc length हो और ये unit radius हो, then this angle becomes what, x radian, as per our previous results. You know that theta equal to what, L by R. Yes or no? Here theta equal to what, x, and L is x, R is 1. So ultimately x equal to what, x. Left hand side is equal to right hand side. So this formula is satisfied. So if this is unit radius, if it is the angle, this is the angle in the positive direction. Positive direction, why? Because anti-clockwise direction are called positive direction. So positive direction. So ये arc length कितना होगा, AP. Arc length कितना होगा, AP equal to what, क्या हो जाएगी, x हो जाएगी, होगा कि नहीं? It will be, and that is the arc length of this particular arc AP is equal to what, x. क्या होगा, x होगा. Understood? Now from the point what you understand, this OM कितना होगा, what will be OM? OM means what, x coordinate. इस point के लिए OM कितना होगा, A होगा. X coordinate कितना है, A. And MP, it is y coordinate. MP कितना है, it is equal to what, B. Understood? Now from the triangle, right angle, this is a 90 degree, right? From the right angle triangle OMP, उसमें क्या मिलेगी, what is sin x? Sin x is what? We know the sin x is equal to what? If this is the angle, then it is base, it is what, perpendicular, and it is what, hypotenuse. ये base बनेगा, ये perpendicular बनेगा, ये क्या होगा, hypotenuse होगा. So finally what you get, sin x is equal to what? Sin x is equal to what? Perpendicular by hypotenuse. MP by what? OP. MP by, you can say MP by OP. According to the initial formula जो पहले क्लास की शुरुआत में मैंने कहा था आप लोगों को, what is MP? MP equal to what? B unit because of y coordinate, and OM is equal to what? A unit. So MP B, and OP is what? Radius 1. So what? Sin x is equal to what? B. And what is cos x? Cos x is equal to what? Base by hypotenuse. OM by OP. What is OM? OM is equal to A, OP equal to 1, this is equal to what? A. Finally, what you get? Sin x is equal to B and cos x is equal to what? A. Now, from the right angle triangle again, by Pythagoras law, right angle triangle, from the right angle triangle OMP, what do you get? OM square plus MP square equal to what? OP square. Can I get or not? This OM square plus MP square is equal to what? OP square by Pythagoras law. So OM is equal to what? A square. And this unit is what? A. And this unit is what? B. So B square is equal to what? 1. What is A? A equal to what? Cos x. So you have cos square x, and B equal to what? Sin x. Sin square x is equal to 1. So this is an identity. For any angle x expressed in radian, then sin square x plus cos square x is equal to what? Always 1. Okay? And from here you can get many relation. So you can say sin square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x, or you can write cos square x is equal to 1 minus sin square x. ये आप लोगों को मिलेगी. ठीक है? So this way we can prove cos square x plus, and how to start? You can write like that. Let PAB be any point on a unit circle, with center at origin. I will give the detailed notes. So हमें इसमें इतना सारे चीज़ नहीं लिखेंगे, आप लोगों को नोट्स दिया जाएगा. ठीक है? And then you say let angle AOP equal to what? X radian. Then automatically length of the arc AP equal to what? X unit. Understood? Then you say PM drawn perpendicular on OX. Then OM is equal to A and MP equal to what? B. Then use the trigonometric ratio formula. Sin x is what? Cos x is what? And then Pythagoras law you utilize, and then finally you can prove it. Okay? तो मेरे हिसाब से आप लोगों को समझ में आया है. Very easily you understand. There will be no any such confusion. Okay? So in this way we get sin square x plus cos square x is equal to what? 1. Similarly, you can prove that there are other identities are also there. Similarly, you can prove that sec square x equal to 1 plus tan square x. This is very useful. And cosec square x equal to 1 plus cot square x. You can prove it. I am not going to discuss. You already got in school. Okay. Now, I am going to discuss about sign of trigonometric ratios. Sign of trigonometric ratios. Okay. Sign of trigonometric ratios. Draw again circle, unit circle. Okay. The way I have drawn x-axis. Suppose that this is the unit circle. Okay, this is the center or center of the circle, and this is the unit circle. So coordinate of this point is 1 0. And coordinate of this point, suppose A dash, it is what? Minus 1 0. This is what? B dash, this is what? 0 minus 1, and this is what B, this is what 0 1. So I am not going to explain, already I have explained it. And suppose that there is a point P whose coordinate is what, AB, any point, and draw this line center, okay, and suppose it makes an angle what, X, makes an angle what, X, then this is the arc length X. Automatically, if it is the angle, arc length AP is what, X. And if this is the perpendicular drawn, and same perpendicular drawn, okay, so something circle should be drawn clearly. Okay, this is the circle, okay. Okay, now this is the point what, Q, and if this length is what, whatever the length is what, B unit, then this will be also B, but since it is along what, negative what, y axis, तो इसका coordinate क्या होगा, it will be what, A comma minus B, okay. This is y axis, okay, y dash. Understood? Now let us draw this. This was 1 unit, and this angle and that angle are same, but it is minus x. It is what, minus x, because of negative rotation, clockwise rotation, and this is anti-clockwise rotation. That's why it is plus x, and that's why it is what, negative x, and both the angle are what, same. So suppose this is M. Clear? Now this length is what, called B, and this is called minus B, and this is what, A. OM is equal to what? You see, OM is equal to what, A. MP is equal to what, B, and MQ is equal to what, minus B. Okay. From triangle, you see, from triangle OMP से क्या मिलेगी, OMP equal to what, sin x is equal to what, already I have shown in the last, there is a particular expression, sin square x plus cos square is equal to 1, वहाँ से मैंने प्रूफ किया था. तो sin x क्या मिला था, sin x is equal to what, perpendicular by hypotenuse B मिला था. I am not going to explain. And what is cos x? Cos x is equal to what, base by hypotenuse, A by 1, this is 1, okay, is equal to what, A. Understood? Now from the triangle OMQ, उससे क्या होगा, what is sin minus x? This angle is what, minus x. Sin minus x again is a right angle triangle, okay. This is what, base, corresponding this angle, this is base, this is perpendicular, okay. तो sin माइनस एक्स इज इक्वल व्हाट, परपेंडिकुलर बाय हाइपोटेन्यूज, परपेंडिकुलर कितना है, माइनस बी है, एंड व्हाट इज द, दैट इज हाइपोटेन्यूज, इट इज 1, सो अल्टीमेटली इट इज इक्वल टू व्हाट, माइनस बी. फ्रॉम हियर यू कैन राइट sin माइनस एक्स इज इक्वल टू व्हाट, sin माइनस एक्स इज इक्वल टू व्हाट, ये माइनस बी है और b का वैल्यू क्या है, sin x है. So you can get a new particular relation, sin minus x is equal to क्या होता है, माइनस साइन है. दैट मीन ये माइनस क्या होता है, अंदर से क्या हो जाती है, बाहर आ जाके मल्टीप्लाई हो जाती है. सो यू विल रिमेंबर नाउ, फ्रॉम नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स, sin minus x is equal to what, minus sin x. This is one particular important relation we develop. Okay. Again you see, what is cos x? Cos minus x. Cos minus x is equal to what? Cos minus x is equal to what? Base by hypotenuse. Means base क्या है, a. Hypotenuse क्या है, 1 है. Equal to what, a. And already we proved that cos a equal to what, cos x. So finally what we get, cos minus x is equal to क्या होता है, plus cos x, minus खत्म हो जाती है. So this is another beautiful, super important relation. Okay, super important relation. ठीक है. So if you consider for tan x, you will see what you will get. What will get? tan x. फर्स्ट ट्राइंगल में क्या होगा, tan x क्या होगा, फर्स्ट ट्राइंगल में tan x क्या होता है, परपेंडिकुलर बाय बेस इक्वल टू क्या होगा, b बाई a. यस और नो. एंड सेकेंड ट्राइंगल में tan माइनस एक्स क्या होगा, इस ट्राइंगल में tan माइनस एक्स परपेंडिकुलर बाय बेस मीन्स माइनस b बाई a. यस और नो. So from here what relation you create between this, you can create the relation. This is what, minus b by a. b by a equal to what, tan x. So what is your relation finally, tan minus x is equal to what, minus tan x. So it is another very important relation, another very important relation. So what do we get, sin minus x is equal to what, minus sin x. Cos minus x is equal to what, cos x. Tan minus x is equal to what, minus tan x. Okay. And from the trigonometric ratios you already got. तो sec minus x क्या होगा, इक्वल टू 1 बाई cos minus x होगा कि नहीं, sec theta इक्वल टू 1 बाई cos theta. So cos minus x is equal to what, 1 by cos minus x is equal to what, minus cos x equal to what, sec x. So finally what happens, sec minus x is equal to what, sec x. And then cosec x, cosec minus x is equal to what, 1 by sin minus x होगा कि नहीं, cosec theta equal to what, 1 by sin theta. So it can be 1 by what, sin minus x क्या है, already we get a relation, sin minus x is equal to what, minus sin x. Okay, minus sin x. So which can be written as, this figure is not required, is equal to what, 1 by minus क्या होगा, माइनस तो इधर रहेगा, 1 by sin x is equal to what, cosec x. Understood. And then tan minus x equal to what, I'm sorry, cot minus x. Cot minus x is equal to what, tan minus x. And tan minus x already we get minus tan x, and which can be written as what, minus cot x. So finally we can find the trigonometric ratios of sin minus x, cos minus x, tan minus x, cot minus x, cosec minus x and sec minus x. Okay. So here very important is that negative कहाँ हो रहा है, negative कहाँ हो रहा है, negative is in all other cases except cos and sec. cos minus x क्या हो रहा है, ये दोनों अगर याद रख ले, cos minus x is equal to what, cos x, and sec minus x is equal to what, sec x. ये दोनों में क्या आ रहा है, पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट आ रहा है, बिफोर द व्हाट, पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट आ रहा है. अदरवाइज इन ऑल अदर फोर लाइक tan minus x, cot minus x, cosec minus x and sin minus x, तो रिजल्ट क्या आ रहा है, ऑल आर व्हाट, नेगेटिव. उसके आगे नेगेटिव मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है. तो याद रखना काफ़ी आसान है, अगर ये दोनों याद रख लेते हो ऑटोमेटिकली बाकी चारों में क्या होता है, नेगेटिव मल्टीप्लाई हो जाती है. सो नो नीड टू रिमेंबर इट, टेक्निक डेवलप करो. ठीक है, आप लोग टेक्निक डेवलप करो तो ऑटोमेटिकली रिमेंबर हो जाएगी. सो नोट डाउन दिस, sin minus x is equal to what, cos minus x is equal to what, tan minus x is equal to what, cot minus x. So this is very useful. You can apply any problem any time. कोई बड़ा प्रॉब्लम के बीच में अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. This is very useful. Okay, so I hope you understand. Okay, so in the next class what I will do, I will you discuss about the value of trigonometric ratios in different what happened, quadrant, different quadrant. That means I am discussing about quadrant rule, and then also discuss about द एंगल्स इन डिफरेंट क्वाड्रेंट में जब होगा तो हाउ टू फाइंड साइन, कोसाइन, टेन, कोसेक, सेकेक, इसका वैल्यू कैसे निकालेंगे, ये सारी चीज़ डिस्कस करेंगे। जो मैंने आज डिस्कस किया है उसमें जाइए और थोरो जाइए, अंडरस्टैंड कीजिए। इसमें प्लस एक्स हुआ, इसमें क्यू माइनस एक्स हुआ, ये यूनिट सर्कल होता है तो इसमें कोऑर्डिनेट क्यू होता है। सारी चीज़ क्वाड्रेंट के बारे में जो मैं डिस्कस किया था, एंड ऑल्सो आई हैव डिस्कस अबाउट द कोऑर्डिनेट ऑफ ए पॉइंट ऑन एक्स एक्सिस एंड वाई एक्सिस, वेरी यूजफुल, इंपॉर्टेंट। एंड व्हेन एवर ए पॉइंट लाइज इन ए पर्टिकुलर क्वाड्रेंट, उस हिसाब से उसका कोऑर्डिनेट कैसे होता है, ये सारे चीज़ आज डिस्कस किया है। और आई एम हैप्पी दैट you can understand, and there will be no doubt. If you have any doubt still, you can write your doubt in the comment box. I definitely answer it. Okay, मैं रिप्लाई ज़रूर करूँगा। और अगर आप लोगों को ये वीडियो अच्छा लग रहा है तो आप वीडियो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर कीजिए और लाइक कीजिए और सब्सक्राइब भी कीजिए। अगर सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो मैं तो कॉन्फिडेंट हूँ आप ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करेंगे, क्योंकि इट विल हेल्प यू। एंड व्हेन एवर आई एम गोइंग टू टेक ए क्लास, आई एम गिव माई 100% इन माई टीचिंग सच दैट स्टूडेंट कैन अंडरस्टैंड देयर। आई एम प्रिपेयरिंग माई सेल्फ टू प्रेजेंट द क्लास। That passion I have as a teacher. So hope you will enjoy my class. Thank you very much. Thank you. All the best for the day.